Greetings, my friends. Thank you for watching this video, and if you would be so kind, please subscribe if you like what you see. Help our channel to keep growing and keep fighting the war to save pop culture. Together, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. Enjoy, and thanks. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I come to you today with a message about a radical new direction Disney is taking with respect to fans. A new direction that I first reported on back in August of 2020 that is finally coming to fruition just as I said it would almost 2 years ago. Believe me, people, you'll want to watch this video to the end because in addition to reporting on a memo from Bob Chapek proclaiming a new direction for Disney exactly as my sources predicted, I have some exclusive inside information leaked to my sources about an explosive meeting that took place with the new chairman of the board, Susan E. Arnold, and upper management, a meeting where Arnold laid down the law and kicked some asses back into line, a meeting that confirms once again Doomcock was right. Watch this video to the end, people. You're going to want to know what I've been told happened at that meeting. So what exactly is Disney's new direction? Well, we know what the old direction was. Crank out remake after remake, allow clowns like Kennedy and Ruin Johnson and Pablo Hidalgo to insult fans, drive away customers and ruin franchises. Those who ruined so much of our culture have slowly but surely reaped their fair share of karma for these vicious deeds. Kennedy being laid so low, they won't even issue a press release supporting her. They gave her pet project away to another studio. Ruin Johnson's trilogy is canceled. Pablo Hidalgo is silenced and cowering. The new direction in Hollywood clearly is ignoring wokeness and getting back to making movies and shows that actually make a profit. Projects like Peacemaker, Spider-Man No Way Home, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Dune, and Cobra Kai make it clear that a shift is taking place across Hollywood away from woke and toward profitability and fan service. So it's no surprise that Disney is following suit. Before we talk about Susan Arnold's explosive meeting where she ran out of bubble gum, you should hear about Disney's new direction from Chapek's mouth directly. So here's exactly what he said in his memo, which has been edited for length. The memo begins, quote, "As we begin the new year, I want to share our mission and the strategic pillars that will be key to our success. But first, I want to start 2022 on a note of gratitude for all of you, your talent, dedication, and optimism during the most disruptive time in our company's history. It's ironic that this disruption is happening as we prepare to celebrate our company's 100th anniversary. I believe our mission for this year is clear. Set the stage for our second century and ensure Disney's next 100 years are as successful as our first. To do that, we will focus on 3 pillars. First, storytelling excellence. What makes Disney so unique is that the stories we tell mean something to people. They inspire, give hope, bring us together, illuminate the world around us, and create memories. That is Disney magic, and we must continue to set the creative bar higher and higher. Second, innovation. Since Steamboat Willie, we have been the world's foremost innovative storytellers. We must continue as technology evolves, giving our creative teams new canvases like the metaverse on which to paint. We should be especially innovative as we seek to bring stories to life in new ways, particularly if they enhance what many call our franchise ecosystem, which is one of the things that sets us apart. And third, relentless focus on our audience. We are a big company with many constituents and shareholders, all of whom have a place in our decision making. But at the end of the day, our most important guide, our North Star, is the consumer. Right now, their behavior tells us in our industry that the way they want to experience entertainment is changing, and changing fast thanks to technology and the pandemic. We must evolve with our audience, not work against them. And so, we will put them at the center of every decision we make, unquote. That's what Bob Chapek said in a company-wide memo setting out his priorities for 2022. Oddly enough, These priorities are echoed in much harsher terms by Susan Arnold in the alleged meeting that recently took place, but we will be talking about that meeting in a second. At this juncture, I want to point out that I reported on this shift at Disney back on August 25th, 2020, with a video entitled Disney Rumor, Woke Not Welcome. Here's a clip from that video illustrating what my sources were telling me was coming at Disney. Hollywood is indeed a woke wasteland, and yet now, out of that woke wasteland, a new hope has suddenly appeared. My friends, what I'm about to tell you is something that sounds too good to be true. At first, I heard this about 2 weeks ago and said nothing. I didn't believe it because when something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. But I have heard the following information once again from a high-level source, and the persistence of this information leads me to believe there may be something to this story, and so I'm presenting it to you now. According to a source that has been reliable in the past, the shit is about to hit the fan at Disney. I am being told that getting the SJWs out of Disney is now priority one, mandated by the sudden realization that sometimes cliches are cliches for a reason, and a new understanding at the highest level that get woke, go broke is no longer just a slogan. Yes, you heard me right. As incredible as it sounds, my source boldly claims that Disney is now only concerned with one thing: profitability. The proclamation is about to be sent out from on high to every corner of the Enchanted Kingdom. Disney is a for-profit business moving forward, and from here on out, the customer comes first. The woke party is over because the mouse is awakened with a terrible hangover, and it's a new day at Disney. My source tells me that huge policy changes are about to be made at Disney. Bad-mouthing fans, no matter what they say or what side they are on, will no longer be tolerated. That goes for everyone that works for Disney. The slack attitude and tacit support implied by silence that emboldened these woke wonders to hijack the corporate message and subvert corporate profits is no more. As far as the woke part goes, you'll see that Susan Arnold takes care of that in her meeting. Folks, I've said it before, and here's proof of it. Hollywood operates at its own speed, and that speed is slow. From time to time, I share rumors with you guys that I get from my Hollywood spies, and then some of you complain after a short while that they haven't come true yet. Well, first of all, they're rumors, so rumors sometimes are inaccurate, which is why I state they're rumors and not fact. I simply don't know in a lot of these cases. But we're seeing now that lots of times the rumors prove to be accurate, but it takes us months or even years to realize it. I reported on this internal shift back in August of 2020, a year and a half before it came true publicly, and that's because shifts in Hollywood happen very slowly. For example, erasing the Disney sequel trilogy is going to take even longer to be completed and realized publicly, since it's being handled over multiple series. But that erasure is happening even as we speak. Indeed, Boba Fett surviving and Luke taking Grogu as his student have already changed history, but we won't see the fruits of that for another year or two at least. The point being, when dealing with Hollywood rumors, some patience is required because I'm bringing you info that may take years to be confirmed. But now, on to Susan Arnold's meeting. Couched in corporate whitewashing, Chapek's memo is a very positive, rah-rah, go team kind of thing that CEOs issue from time to time, but let me tell you this. Chapek's memo was the carrot, but there was also the stick. And Bob Iger's replacement chairman of the board, Susan Arnold, was wielding that stick and swinging it with fierce abandon at an additional meeting that made it quite clear to everyone in upper management that there's a new sheriff in town, fan abuse will no longer be tolerated, and she's sick of all the bullshit. What I'm about to share with you is information sent to me by my Hollywood spies from sources claiming knowledge of the situation. But since I cannot independently verify this information, I am presenting it as rumor and asking you to take it with a grain of salt. So this new direction for Disney was presented in a 1-2 punch by Chapek and Arnold. Chapek's punch was delivered wearing kid gloves in his leaked company memo. Arnold's punch was delivered with brass knuckles at her first official meeting as chairman of the board, and what a meeting it was, my friends. Both of them are conveying the same general message, and both of them are confirming what my sources were telling me back in August of 2020. Now here's what my sources tell me happened at this meeting. Quote, "So, like we said, this was the new chair's first official meeting, and if what we have heard is any indication, she went for the throat and didn't mince words. Susan Arnold laid out moving forward for Disney. Now the bulk of the info we have is what was said when it comes to customers in general. These are quotes from our source, reiterating what Susan Arnold allegedly said. Quote, "Once upon a time, customers were always right, but for whatever reason, everyone in this room and on Zoom has either forgotten that or has lost their minds. I've heard this insane talking point. We don't want those people, be they 50 plus, right-wing, MAGA people, Trump supporters, etc., etc. Meanwhile, toy sales tank, D+ is now regressing." Unquote. At one point in her presentation, Arnold put on a TV behind her. Random tweets and other social postings from the past few years were put up on that screen, and then she railed against what was up there for everybody to see. Quote, "This is just a small sample of what I would call sheer stupidity, and there's much more, but we would be here for weeks. So let's be clear, as of January 1st, if you are not here to make money, you know where the door is. Pack your things and feel free to go lose someone else's money. If you don't like what you hear, find the door, feel free to use it." Unquote. The source told us there was more, but this source had to wait to give it to us. To be clear, we were asked to sit on this till Bob C. made his announcement. This report has been done for about 2 weeks maybe. Unquote. So there you have it, my friends. Woke, not welcome at Disney? Time to make Disney a for-profit company again, exactly as I said back in August of 2020. So once again, Doomcock was right. To quote Emperor Palpatine,
"Everything is unfolding as I have foreseen it."
My thanks to my Hollywood spies, Team No Ma'am, for their excellent information, their friendship, their dedication, and their accuracy. Bothan spies be damned. I got the best spies in the business. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry and stay hopeful. Things are shifting in Hollywood. It's only a matter of time before everyone sees it. Ha 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 ha.